Okay, it's going. Okay, hello, my 8th graders, my pre-algebra class. I'm Mr. Niemeyer. I'll be teaching you pre-algebra this year. It's my first year. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know down below. But this is how a normal day usually goes in pre-algebra. So every day you come in, you'll do bell ringer. More than likely, it will be questions of the lesson that you did the day before. But since you haven't done a lesson in here yet, they're just random problems that you should know. But you can try these if you want. These are the answers. And just make sure you pause. Can you see them? Yeah, you can see them. Okay. Just make sure you pause and play a lot during this if you need to stop or write stuff down. And then we get into, this is just stuff for me, really. So what you'll learn today, you'll learn to write fractions as decimals and decimals to fractions. Okay, this is very important because the first 5 questions of your actual test will be vocabulary. Okay, so make sure you write these down in your notes. Okay, so rational number. The set of numbers that can be written in the form a over b, where a and b are integers and b does not equal 0. I like to say that there is the math term and then like the actual English term that we understand. This is that math term. In English, it basically just means the rational number is a set of numbers that can be written as a fraction. Okay, a over b. So 2/5 is a rational number. 3 is a rational number because it can be written as a fraction. 3 over 1. Any whole number can be put over 1 and it's a fraction. But yeah, feel free to do that. Repeating decimal. A decimal whose digits repeat in groups of 1 or more. That's where you see that little line above some numbers, meaning it just goes on forever and ever and ever, repeating that same number or numbers. And then a terminating decimal, which is my favorite kind of decimal, is a decimal whose digits end, so like 0.625. That's a terminating decimal because it stops. And that is the best kind of decimal, right? Okay. So we did this. So write the fraction as a decimal. Let me freeze this, hopefully. Freeze. There we go. Okay, so write 5/8 as a decimal. The only way that you can write this fraction as a decimal is by dividing it. Okay, now when you set it up, you can just tilt it on its side, right? So 5, the fraction, 8, and then just put that, make a line like that, okay? Or just write it left to right. So 5 divided by 8, okay? 8 can't go into 5, we know that, so 0 times. Now, right after is where you put the decimal. Anytime you have to go farther than what's under here, and you have to add a 0, you put the decimal, okay? So, 8 goes into 50 how many times? If you said 6, you'd be right. 8 times 6 is 48. And you get 2. So are we done? Nope, because we haven't finished or found out that this is a repeating decimal. So we add another 0. Okay, bring it down. 20. 8 goes into 22 times. And 8 times 2 is 16. 4. Left over. Are we done? Nope. Still gotta go. Bring down the 0. Can 8 go into 40? 5 times. And then we're done. Okay? So 5/8 as a decimal is 625 thousandths. Okay? So remember, this is the tenths place. 10 THS at the end, hundredths place, and then the thousandths place. Okay? And let me make sure we're still good over here. Okay, this one you can try on your own. So write 3/16 as a decimal, or 3/16 as a decimal. You can try it on your own, dividing it. You can use a calculator to check your work or to help you figure out what number comes close to the numbers while you're dividing. Okay, so do that on your own, push pause, and then when you're done, and you think you have an answer, push play. And you should have gotten 0.1875. Okay, now write the mixed number as a decimal. So we need to write this mixed, oh come on. This mixed number as a decimal. Well, we can do one of two things. We can take this -1 out, okay, and put it at the beginning of our answer, and just divide 2/3, or what we should do is write it as an improper fraction. So we have 1 2/3. Leave the negative, it's not important right now anyways, just add it to your answer. So what we do is we do 3 times 1, okay, which is 3, and then we add that to the 2. Okay, can you see that? Let's see. I think so. If not, we'll fix it. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, and you keep the denominator the same. Okay? And then you divide it that way. And I believe what's happening? Oh, wait, freeze. Okay. Oh, come on. Let's see. Okay. See if we can bring it back up. Oh, perfect. Okay, here we go. We are back. Thank goodness. Okay. Ooh, sorry about that. Fast forward. Okay, and when you do it, it can be written as that. So divide 5 by 3 and just add the negative sign to your answer. Well, when you get it, you'll surely find out that that 6 keeps repeating, right? And so it will never stop. So how you can write it as an answer is negative 1.6, and you write that line over it, and that tells people that it is a repeating decimal, and that 6 is what repeats. Okay. Oh. So you can try this one on your own, and this is the answer. I don't know how to get it to unshow. The kids laughed the first few days, or the first day or two when it happened, but that is what you'll get. We did not do that one. There we go. And then writing, so we did fraction to decimal. Now we need to do decimal to fraction, which I think is very easy. So we have 0.45. Well, as long as you know your place values, and it goes 10, 100th, 1000th. This is in the hundredths place. Oh, what is happening? Oh no. I think the air is actually putting enough force to touch on the screen. Okay, anyways. So we just write it as 45 over 100. And unfortunately, we gotta simplify. And it can both be divided by 5, okay? And that will give us 9 over 20. You can go ahead and try this one, and then push pause right now, and then push play when you think you have it. But write this as a fraction. It is 32 hundredths. And then you should have got 8 over 25 after you simplified it. Okay. Oh, where's my freeze? Freeze, please. Okay. Now, what do you do when you have a repeating decimal and you need to write it as a fraction? That is very simple. So how you would normally write it is 5 over 10, right? Because it's in the tenths place. So you just keep that 5 on top and then out of 10. Well, since it's repeating, we have to subtract 1 from the bottom, okay? So it now becomes 5 over 9. Now, if you had a double digit repeating, say this was 55 repeating, well, then you would have 55 over 100, and you need to subtract 1 off because it's repeating, okay? So then you get 55 over 99, and both can be divided by 11. You still have to simplify this if you can, okay? So you divide by 11, and you should get the same thing of 5 ninths, okay? Okay. Other than that, that is your lesson. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. Your homework will be below. Will be due 3 days from now. I don't take it as a grade for if it's right or wrong. I take it as you completed it and you tried on every problem. So make sure you either show your work, which you should show your work for this. And yeah, if you have any questions, concerns about the lesson itself, how it was taught, if I could do anything to better improve it, just let me know. Peace out.